Good morning, everybody. So I've actually had a request to test the gold content on this ring, and I just thought it would be a good opportunity to show how I do that and what materials I use, because it's something I do get asked about fairly regularly. So first of all, this is my gold testing kit. You can see here that I bought it in the UK, commonly just referred to as an acid testing kit, and what you get in here is little bottles to test for silver, 9 karat gold, 14 to 22, and then for steel and platinum. So today I've got a Victorian rosy gold ring here. So what I'll be doing is I'll starting with the 9 karat fluid and then going on to the 14 to 22, 24, just to try and gauge what I can about the metal content. I do have a fairly good idea of it, but just to show it in person. The kit comes with one of these handy little dials, so you can actually see what the reactions are for each of the metals. There's some really good instructions on how to use it. It's very easy to use, and then you just turn it around for whichever metal you want to use, and it does recommend which ones to use first. So I'm going to be starting out with the 9 karat one here. So you should always start with the kind of lowest grade metal that you think that it could be. This also comes with some little test papers as well, so you have little strips to tear off, just to make it easier to check how the acid is reacting. Now, the only thing with acid testing is just to make sure that you do it in an inconspicuous area of it doesn't eat away at the metal, or it doesn't sort of damage the metal long term, so to speak, but it can leave a little mark. So it's always best to do it on the inside of a shank, and then give it a little polish with a gold cloth afterwards, just to try and minimize any marks, but you should always do it in an inconspicuous area. So I'm going to see if I can do this. Now bear with me, because this might take a little moment. Trying to do this through the screen is going to be a bit of a challenge. So let me see if I can make sure I've got everything in. So I'm literally just going to find an inconspicuous spot on the inside here. I've got some paper here to cover my lovely tablecloth, so I'm just going to put it down as a so that's a drop of the 9 karat on there, and you'll see that from the label here it was like, if it's fizzy green, it's basically not gold. If it's clear, it's better than 9 karat, and if it goes dark, it's 9 karat. So I'll just see if you can see here that the liquid is remaining clear, which basically means that it's better than 9 karat gold, which is what I'd suspected. And you can just triple check that with the liquid there, and you can see that remains clear. So that's good news. Don't be put off by how dirty the gold cloth looks. They always end up looking like that. So you just give it a little polish on the inside there, just to make sure you've got rid of all of any of the remaining fluid. So what I like to do then is just I'll find another spot to test, just to make sure that there's no confusion. I should put my lids back on. Put my lids back on there, and they've got safety tops there because they are obviously quite strong chemicals. So I'll do the other side this time. Make sure that you tear off your old strips so that you don't confuse your areas that you're working on, and then so I'm going to move now to the 14 to 24 karat fluid. You can see here that the reactions that I'm looking for are either kind of dark 14 or 15 karat, yellow 18 to 22, and then clear 24. Now, because this is rose gold, I'm not expecting it to be a sort of a high 18. I'm suspecting it's probably a 14, 15 karat, but we will just do a little check. And the thing with old mixes as well, I mean, this ring isn't hallmarked either. It was never hallmarked because it's an American piece. Oh, you see, like safety bottles, I can't even get into it myself. There we go. American jewelry wasn't hallmarked in quite the same way as British jewelry. I bought this piece in America. I believe it's an American piece. And so, but when you have alloys to make rose gold, they tend not to be 18 karat, because you need 750 parts per thousand of pure yellow gold to be able to qualify it as 18 carat. So when you have a rosy coloured ring, it's most likely to be highest as sort of 14 to 15 carat. So we'll just do the same with this spot here. Just a little dab there, and give it some time to work. Oh, you see now that's actually higher carat than I thought. So you can see it is actually going more towards the 18. Well, that's a surprise and a charming one. I'm sure my customer is going to be very excited about that. So let me just take that off there so you can see. So we have, yeah, that does actually test higher than I thought. It tested this piece before, but evidently not. So yeah, that's a really nice surprise. I mean, I still think it's probably, you know, I mean, the difference between 15 and 18 is not a huge amount. So what I'm going to do, you can see that's just leaving a little mark on the inside there. So I'm just going to see if I can polish it. You should always put your tops back on ASAP. And there we go. Give that a little polish, and I'll just carry on polishing that. And then basically, yeah, so minimum 15, probably higher towards 18, which is very exciting. Lovely piece. Yeah, hope that helped explain and demystify some of the acid testing gold process. Thank you.